runs throughout their lineup put Nottinghamshire in control of their latest LV County Championship match against local East Midlands rivals Derbyshire in Derby. Notts began the second morning on 28 without loss in reply to their host 256, and Ed Cowan and Alex Hales eased their way through much of the first session. For the last few seasons, Notts have really struggled to find an opening pair of batsmen, but the signing of Cowan ahead of the Ashes appears to resolve that problem. He looked in great touch. Indeed, he did the majority of the scoring in going to his second 50 of the summer. He's a man with all of the shots, and this particular one took him to his half-century off 90 balls, that being his 8th 4 within. He celebrated that by carving John Clare through cover for boundary number 9, and a long day in the field looked likely for Derbyshire. So Wayne Madsen gave David Wainwright the ball. His first delivery of the season was dragged in short, but Cowan spanked it to mid-wicket, where Greg Cork, the 18-year-old son of Dominic, who was at the ground, held on as a substitute fielder. Cowan was out for 59 to end a first-wicket partnership of 95, but the 100 was soon posted as Hales, batting well within himself while showing a solid defence, found the fence. He now looked to press on as he went to lunch unscathed. His 50 arrived soon after the break, a patient one from one who is a naturally attacking player. He needed 139 deliveries to get there, and that was his 7th 4. However, like Cowan before him, he was soon out, LBW to Tony Palladino for 56 at 143 for 2. Palladino should have added Michael Lum to his wicket tally in his next over, but the normally reliable Wes Durston missed the chance at slip. Nottinghamshire's batting lineup is a formidable one, with one international player being replaced by another, and misses like that can prove costly. Lum, who got a pair in Nottinghamshire's opening match defeat to Middlesex, was starting to look good here, while James Taylor, a man mentioned as a likely replacement for the injured Kevin Peterson in the Champions Trophy, also got moving after a sluggish start. Lum looked set to add to Cowan's and Hales' 50s, but on 44 he got a good one from Clare, which he edged behind to leave Notts on 186 for 3, 70 runs behind. That brought in another international in the form of Samit Patel, fresh from his quite extraordinary double 100 last week against the side of Durham students. They may not have offered the biggest test to a man of Patel's calibre, but he looked to have been lifted by his exploits there. He and Taylor now started to build another handy partnership. Patel, though, should have gone on 23 after the second new ball was taken, but he too was spilled by Durston in the slips off the luckless Palladino. Nottinghamshire were aware that if this pair could see out the day, then they would be very well placed at the halfway stage of this match, a match which has been keenly anticipated ever since Derbyshire regained their top-flight status in the Championship. A run-out nearly ended the partnership as Taylor on 41, sent back by his partner, slipped, but the resulting overthrow took their side into the lead with just 3 wickets down. It's probably fair to say that Notts haven't seen the very best of Taylor as yet since he moved from Leicestershire, but this was a fine knock indeed, and a 4th 4 off his 140th ball took him to a 50, just the 4th time he's got there in 25 championship innings for the county, but the 2nd time already this summer in just 3 innings. Patel looks certain to join him to the half-century mark, but like Taylor before him, he slipped after coming to a sudden halt and was run out by a combination of Shivnarine Chanderpaul and Billy Godalmан. It may have amused some in the Derby crowd, but you have to feel some sympathy for the Notts all-rounder who departed for 48. 275 for 4 soon became 286 for 5 as Ricky Vessels was the only Notts man to fail, edging Ross Whiteley behind on 8. But that brought Chris Reed to the crease, and the captain was in the mood to get on with things. He may not do enough to earn his side a 4th batting bonus point, but he did hurry along to an unbeaten 27 by the close. That left Nottinghamshire on 325 for 5 with 3 more overs to go in which to score bonus points. While that may be on their mind, more important is for them to establish a big first innings lead. That currently stands at 69, with Taylor still there after 3.5 hours on 67.